Scientology, the church that murderer Charles Manson deemed too crazy for him. The mysterious club frequented by A-list celebrities including John Travolta, Tom Cruise and Elizabeth Moss. And the #1 most dangerous cult as listed by the Cult Awareness Network. So, what is the truth of it? What do Scientologists really believe, and what if it was all real? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions, the channel that loves to muse on everything and anything. Why? Because no question should be unanswered. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today I'm asking, what if Scientology was real? Obviously I understand that Scientology is real and that any religion is as real as the person that believes it wants it to be, but what if their beliefs and practices were fact? Before we get into this video, I want to know what your preconceptions of Scientology are. Also do let me know if they've changed at all at the end of the video. I love reading your comments, so please do leave them. Also, while you're down there lingering in the comments box, why don't you leave a thumbs up and share this video with a friend? Unlike with Scientology, information on Life's Biggest Questions is free to watch for you, so your help promoting us is very welcome. Also do check out the social links to the team who created this video in the description box. Okay, Scientology. Scientology was created by L. Ron Hubbard in the 1950s. Prior to the church's conception, L. Ron was known as an author. Interestingly, he was a sci-fi writer with a Guinness World Record for the most published works by one singular author. It seems that the church aims to create a world without insanity, without criminals and without war. So far as we're aware, there are three main teachings. 1. Man is immortal, an alien and spiritual being called a thetan. 2. Their experience extends beyond a single lifetime and they are reincarnated. And 3. Their capabilities are unlimited. So, although the whole alien thing is pretty wild, it sounds alright on the surface. But the surface is all you will get from a practicing Scientologist, as they are notoriously secretive, and they sign billion-year contracts chaining them to the church. That being said, there is some information out there that has been leaked from deflectors and investigators. How true it is, your guess is as good as mine. So from what we know about the teachings of Scientology, what if it was all real? Well then, we would all be thetans who inhabit fleshy bodies. What are they? Well, buckle up as I tell you our history, or history of Scientology if it was legit. 75 million years ago, an intergalactic overlord, the director of the Galactic Confederacy named Xenu, was dealing with some overpopulation issues. What did he do? He took billions of people to Earth, which was then called Tegiak, and placed them around volcanoes. He nuked them and let them die, although their souls remained. These souls are called thetans. Hello there, thetans. These souls were then planted with false memories, including the story of Jesus. These souls are eternal and involved in a constant cycle of reincarnation. When we die, we forget who we were in our former lives. We go to a landing station on Venus, then we're programmed with lies and sent back to Earth to go on to inhabit another body, and it all starts over again. Although, if you're high up in Scientology, you will start to become aware. If you're super high up, then you can choose your next birth parents. If this was true, 1. Venus, and 2. If we were all Scientologists, then there would be a decline in birth rates in third world countries, who would choose to be born in anything other than the utmost of privilege, right? But back to Venus. Well, I would say that this isn't legit, as so far as we know, Venus doesn't host a hospitable climate or environment for living beings. Also, there's the whole space travel issue, but what do I know? I'm just a confused thetan who has been implanted with false memories and information. So what can I do to seek the truth? Well, the goal is to become an operating thetan. This is where one is in control of their life through thoughts, matter, energy, time, and space. Basically, the power of their mind becomes so strong they can control outcomes. Hurrah for super thetans. Sweet, unless that is you're poor. If you're a bad thetan in a previous life and you didn't get to choose your next parents and were born into disadvantage, then it sucks to be you, as basically you'll be trapped in that cycle forever. To become a good functioning thetan costs serious cash. There are many levels to Scientology, culminating in the Bridge of Total Freedom, and these levels cost a lot of money to reach. And even when you get there, even when you're on the bridge, it seems that there are even more levels. And in some ways, I get that, because I suppose that knowledge is infinite, although it totally sucks to have to pay for it. So, how much is the price tag for knowledge, spiritual freedom, and mind control? Well, nobody's prepared to give a definitive answer there, but it seems that to become a level 3 operating thetan, it costs circa $100,000 $5,000 US, and there are 8 known levels of operating thetans, so what does level 8 cost? I don't know, but I anticipate there would be a few more zeros there. A little cash example for you. It seems that Bart Simpson voice actress Nancy Cartwright donated $10 million to the Church of Scientology and was given the church's Patron Laureate Award. Whether or not she's a total thetan, we just don't know. I do have some questions, although with only around $2,000 to my name, I really don't think I'll get an answer. But having given $10 million in this lifetime, does Nancy still have to donate to the church to receive the same status in her next life? Or is it like a follow-through thing? Questions, so many questions. If Scientology were real, well then the apocalypse could be nigh. There are some serious suggestions that Scientologists are building apocalypse bunkers in readiness for the end of days. Perhaps they know something we don't. It is also said that these bunkers contain footage of good old L. Ron, so no doubt his legend will be enduring. Good news for those of us who can't afford to survive the apocalypse though, according to Scientology, there is no hell. Hip hip hooray. Do you know what there also isn't? According to Scientology? Mental illness. Allegedly, if the principle of Scientologies are real and just, then according to the church, mental illness simply doesn't exist. Or, if it does exist, it's a notion thought up by terrorists. L. Ron Hubbard wrote this about mental health in 1969. The psychiatrist and his front groups operate straight out of terrorist textbooks. The mafia looks like a convention of Sunday school teachers compared to these terrorist groups. Okay, L. Ron. So the 300 million people across the world suffering with depression probably just have to deal with it then, or write a fat check so the church can cure them in one of their Dianetics rehab centers. If you are rich and malleable, your future would be bright in the church. Not only can you control the world with your mind and pick your next birth parents, but you'll also have an expert dating service at your fingertips. A dating service that has full access to your potential partner's background information. See Tom Cruise's former girlfriends and wives for further details. Scientology on the surface seems like a great idea, and if it were real, then that would be pretty neat, but also pretty expensive. But wait, didn't creator L. Ron once say if a man really wanted to make $1 million, his best way to do it would be to start his own religion? Interesting. But honestly, who am I to judge? Isn't Scientology just as crazy as any other religion? Each text out there says some pretty wild stuff. Religion is, once again, as real as the person who believes it wants to be. And who are we to get all up in their grill telling them that they're wrong? Right? Okay, that is all I have time for here with this one. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. What are your thoughts on Scientology? Do you believe in thetans? Do you believe in Xenu? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section once again. For now, I am your host Rebecca Felgate. I'll catch you in the next video, but until then, stay curious, stay alert, and never ever stop questioning.